Hello and welcome back to Brigandine, the Legend of Runersia. We are playing our first ever full playthrough of this game. We're playing as the Shinobi Tribe, and I'm about to run some quests. I'm not quite ready to start attacking people yet. Fail. Alright, we got some experience and some levels and all that good stuff. So here we don't really have anything to do at the moment. What I am going to do is quest all of these guys again. No, Jose, you go for that. And then everybody else, you just go questing for experience. I'm gonna cross class my dancer because she's level 6. And I could do that one, which would overall make her quite a bit better for physical. Or I could do this one, which makes her more agile. And we are forest terrain, so that wouldn't be terrible. Plus, it would give her ranged attacks. She would have lower defense, but I'm gonna go hunter. Cool beans. I have everybody ready to quest. I'm gonna summon a couple of these bad boys. Terrible. Terrible. Okay, apparently I'm incapable of summoning a decent monster. That's a little better. At least some of it is improved. Summon one more. That's... the MP's a little lower, the agility's a little lower, but overall that's a passable one. Let's summon one Mandrake and see what we get. Okay, that's getting deleted. That's a good one. And keep that one. And let's summon one unicorn as well. Ooh, we got a Mana Miracle. Nice. Don't know a ton about this game, but I do know that terminology. Which is when you get perfect stats. So you take one of those. That one's decent enough to keep. You take that. You take the Mana Miracle. Unicorn. And the rest of those are all pretty garbo. Especially the Mandrake. So let's go ahead and get rid of those. I will summon one more of those just to see if I can get a decent one. That's above average. Only one stat went down, and it only went down 1 point. Everything else stayed average or a little above. That's one that's worth keeping. So you can take that one. My plan is to slowly summon monsters that I want more of and level them up through questing. It's going to be a few turns of questing just because I want to. Infernal Eyeball. The secret treasure that drives a man-eater wild. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, I'm excited about that. That's a tier 3 Mandrake item. Yeah, boy. Troops. Class. I can turn her Mana Miracle starting Man-Eater into something else right now. I don't even have to wait till level 20 to do it. Moderate damage, 20% of inflicting petrify, 25% chance of inflicting paralyze, 25% chance of paralyze. A single enemy with 4 hexes? Holy balls. Deals major damage to a single adjacent enemy unit, 20% chance of inflicting petrify, 40% chance. I don't know that there's really any reason not to do that right away. So let's go ahead and do it right away. I'll need to rearrange monsters a little bit, obviously, but... for now, what I'm going to do... get rid of that imp just to put her below, and then we'll figure the rest out from there. We have 2 general class ups over here. They are ones I'm sticking with and just putting to the next tier straight away. So there's nothing to think about there. They're ones that were close enough to their next tier that I just left them. We got a Temple Knight and a Barbarian. That's neat. Let's see. I just switched Shuna to a Hunter. Alright. Quests. Let's send him on another quest for items. Send all these guys back out for more experience. Actually, let's send the Temple Knight here to try to get more stuff. You go to the training grounds. You're only a 2 out of 4 on anything for items, so you can go to the training grounds. So can you. So can you. Lovely. End phase. I probably should save. So let's go ahead and do that. Beautiful. Well, let's see what happens. There's an invasion. Gustavus has invaded Norzalio. Norzalio has repelled them. I think might have happened. No, it happened in one of my trial games. Well, I got a steel helm. Nothing special, but plus 8 defense. Ancestral staff. Plus 5% counter damage, plus 25 attack, and plus 5 agility. Wow. Okay. Nice. Oh, she's done Hunter. Alright, well, let's do this then. Go into class. Oh. Weird. Must have grown differently this time than she did before or something, because I was able to change her into other stuff before. When I did it off screen, just to see like a couple random turns I did just for fun. Weird. Okay. Let's see. Let's summon Angel. That's pretty rotten. I mean, better intelligence and agility is not bad, but less magic points isn't ideal. What's their average? 280? I mean, it's not terrible. Summon one more. 4 less hit points, a few more magic points, same strength, say a little more int and a little less agility. That's not too bad. Let's summon an elemental, because I haven't summoned any of those new yet. Well, that's near Mana Miracle. That's pretty solid. Let's summon one more. That is a Mana Miracle. Fantastic. A good place to stop. Plus, I don't want to run a burn through all my stuff. Let's give you that. I'll give you an angel. I'll give you the other elemental because I know I'm going to quest you for several more turns while I'm trying to get you to expert the second class. And you're also going to be questing for now. Actually, I'll give one to you just to mix it up a little bit. That'll work. What are we at for? Shinobi Tribe, mana income, total CP, that's fine. Oh, that's cool. I didn't even realize it showed available summons when you brought this menu up. That's neat. Cool. Okay. Quest. I want you hunting for chalice items right now. Which one of you is the one I was sending on quests? You, okay. You go to that one. You guys all go train. I'm gonna actually reassign that angel after all because he's going questing for items, not for experience. Maybe they'd still get some. I don't know how that works. But since I don't 100% know how it works, I don't want to waste it. We're just going to burn through this. This is one of the reasons I wanted to start with no time limit, because I wanted to explore the actual game as far as like the new quest system and things and see what kind of stuff you can get. I know some of it from talking to people, but... Oh, we have a... We have a little cutscene here. So Rose said, Carla, have you seen that blacksmith lately? You know, the one who comes to the forest near the village sometimes. I believe he called himself Delgan? No, not for some time. I see. That could be a problem. No problem. He stinks. It's better without him. That's true, but that's not the point. He makes great weapons and I hired him for a job. If we don't have weapons, then we have a problem. No weapons. That is a problem. Right? That's why I need your help. Carla, can you use that nose of yours to find him? I refuse. The smell is too bad. Fine. I guess I'll just have to try looking somewhere else. I found the blacksmith. Oh, the young lady from Shinobi Village. What can I do for you? You could do your job and finish up my weapons order. Or have you forgotten? And what are you doing cutting down trees so close to the village? I haven't forgotten anything, and you're the reason I'm cutting these trees in the first place. I need something to start my fires, and I'm all out of Zor's flame. Ever since this war started, people have been trying to take advantage. What a merchant charges for Zor's flame now is outrageous. That is a shame to hear, but you've got a job to do. Also, you can't just cut down trees so close to the village without permission. What do you expect me to do then? If I don't have fuel, I can't work, which means I can't make money, which means I starve. Basically, those of us that aren't fighting are just left to struggle. Well, in that case, you should just fight for us. If you do, we'll give you all the wood you need. We'll pay you as well. You want me to fight? But I'm just a blacksmith. But you're also a rune knight, aren't you? And unlike other nations, we Shinobi won't just force you to fight just because we're at war. We will pay you for your skills and respect your wishes. Shinobi freedom applies to everyone, and you won't be forced into doing anything you don't want to. But know this. Sorry about that. But know this. Any kind of assistance in protecting our freedom would be greatly appreciated. There aren't many, but we have other men fighting alongside us. But most importantly, I'm particularly fond of your weapons. So what do you say? Ha! How can I say no to that? I'll lend you my strength. I might even take out a few of your enemies on the way. And since that's settled, I guess I should get to work. You'll need plenty of steel to cut through the chains that have been holding you back. Delgan is now an ally. Lightning recurve and ice lance were obtained. Listen up. Before entering the village, take a bath. Your smell, it's unbearable. Huh. Is that why you've been quiet this whole time? Oof. So much for showing off for the ladies. An earthen hat. Plus 30 hit points and plus 7% evasion, and gives you 2 green dots. Interesting. Zion failed. 3 of my troops got excellent outcomes for their experience gains, and Charlotte's was a great, which is still the medium tier. Raisha's now done cleric. Got some monster levels. Got a whole bunch of stuff going on. A new knight has been recruited. While out on a stroll through town, Jose became the unknowing target of a pickpocket. What was most surprising, however, was that when confronted, the pickpocket exhibited the abilities of a rune knight. After a difficult fight, Jose eventually succeeded in subduing the would-be thief. Hey, let go of me. You think you're so great just because you're some fancy knight? You're not the only one with special powers, you know. Jose tried to explain that a rune knight's power was meant to be used for purposes more important than common thievery. Don't give me that crap. What do you know about anything? You lot are the ones who leave these idiotic merchants and clerics with too much power. I'm just taking them down a peg. It's just my luck that you had to be the one I hit today. Curses. The boy had a temper, but Jose saw potential in this unpolished diamond of a warrior. The fire in him could be molded into strength. The boy was offered a choice: face punishment for his crime, or join the army and learn to walk the path of a true rune knight. What? Are you being serious? Jose nodded. The thief thought for a moment before answering. You got guts telling me what to do. Don't say I didn't warn you, though. The name's Hughes. Go ahead and put me to work or whatever. Jose nodded, wondering what lay beyond this new ally's enigmatic smile. Hughes is now an ally. Alright, so first things first. Anybody here? I didn't send anybody on any quests or anything. Alright, units. You're a thief. Okay. You take him for now. So we got 2 more knights. For now, they're going to be questing. Just in the training grounds for the moment. We're going to go over here. We got some class changes to do. You're going Enchantress immediately. Oh, now you can do Dancer, but you're almost level 8, so I'm just going to leave you as a rogue, as a ranger. Equipment. Speaking of being a ranger. You have more rune power, but you have more health, more magic points, way more attack, way more strength, way more of the same defense, more intelligence, and way more agility. So overall, I'm probably going to use you more when I start actually invading. Let's give you the lightning recurve. What does it do? Give 2 green dots and plus 12 accuracy, or 12% accuracy. Works for me. Let's see. Troops, equipment. Could give you that. I kind of like you having... You know what? Yeah, I'm going to give you the Ice Lance. You can have the Thunder Spear. What does it actually do? It raises your combat power, but what does it do? Oh, it just gives you a green dot. Okay. I'll still give it to you. They apparently consider you better for that. And I'll give you the Steel Helm. You can use the Ancestral Staff. What does this do? Plus 25 attack, plus 5 agility, and plus 5% counter damage. Yeah, why not? We'll give it to you for now. I don't think I got any other stuff, did I? Like for any other classes? No. Alright, so you guys are questing. You're gonna go questing. You're gonna do that kind of questing, because I'm hoping to get monster items. I mean, I'll take anything else too, but that's my main goal. And the rest of you guys are going training grounds. So these first couple episodes were mostly just trying to get things started, which we have a pretty good start on now. I'm still going to do another couple of turns, just because we're only on the low end of close to half an hour, so no reason not to. Norzalio's now decided to return the favor and invade. And they won. Gaimel is invading Mana Silesia, and they also are victorious. Not a lot left, but they won. Gaimel's invading Mana Silesia again. And wins again. Interestingly. Thank you for granting me... Oh. I mean, it's just voiceover in Japanese, so I'm reading what they're saying in the translation anyway, so... Didn't mean to cut her off, though. Thank you for granting me an audience. My name is Anne. I understand you're searching for those with the power of mana. I've tried... That's the other weird thing, like, I look at a sentence like that, and some of the short ones are actually short in Japanese, some of the long ones are long, and then there's weirdly short translated to Japanese sentences that look long in English writing, and I keep getting caught off guard by the pauses of whether they're done or not. I've traveled far and wide in order to hone my skills. I now offer them to you if you would have them. Anne is now an ally. Yes, I would like to have them, thank you. The Deadly Medallion, equipable by all knights. You lose 15 defense and 30 health, but you gain plus 20% to both critical damage and the rate of hitting criticals. Interesting. Anti-magic hide hat. Plus 3 defense and plus 4% magic resistance. And that can be equipped by mer people, elementals, imps, angels, or demons. Neat. Not the greatest round of training ground XP, but we got a bunch of levels. A new knight has been recruited. While camped out on the road, Zion was approached by an old man. Greeting. There it was again. Greetings, I am Darius, a humble traveler. I see you possess the power of mana. Might I beg a seat by your fire? Zion agreed and offered the old man a seat. Though the old man spoke little, it was obvious that he bore the power of a rune knight. His mannerisms and speech also gave away his noble background. Zion explained that the nation was recruiting all the talented warriors it could find and wanted to see if he was interested. Have you heard of a place called Warren? It is near the eastern border of Norzalio, and it was the first area attacked when the Gustava Empire invaded. I was entrusted with its protection, but I could not stop the Gustava. I barely escaped with my life. I've been wandering ever since. Zion sat there silently and simply watched the old man. That attack was vicious. I'll never forget it. The Zoarun Knights cut down everyone in their path, including my sons. I can still hear their screams, the terror on their faces. I felt so utterly helpless. In the end, all I could do was flee like a coward. And now, after hearing that even Rubino III has passed, I... I am nothing more than a disgraced old man who abandoned his post and can never return home. Would you really want someone like that in your ranks? Now, I appreciate the offer, but I think it would be best if I declined. Zion maintained that Darius still had much to contribute. If he had ever been a true knight, calling himself a coward did not release him from his duty to protect those who could not protect themselves. If Darius used his experience and wisdom to bring this war to a quick end, he could save other fathers from the grief of having to bury their sons. Do you truly believe that I can become the knight I had always taught my sons to be? That I can still fight for justice? I suppose I have no choice. If I do not, I will never be able to face my sons in the next life. Tell your leader I would appreciate an audience. I will once again accept the honor of bearing the duties of a knight. Victorious is now an ally. Awesome. So, I think I'll do one more turn of questing and saving up mana reserves, to be quite frank. Did anyone that I class do anything with over here? Oh, you came with some monsters, including a shadow goblin. Interesting. Cool. You're a level 10 bishop. However, for this particular moment in time, all of my new people... Actually, you three go train. And you... We're gonna go to this section that I see far less of the same stuff I can search for in other areas. Troops. Class. Nothing here yet of note. Close though. Let's see, we have mana income. Okay, so we're only getting 225 mana right now. So I should probably just leave things as they are, so I don't lose any more. You, and you. Go train some more. You go looking for items in that section because you're a 3 in both, and you go to the one that you're the only one you're a 3 in. I'm going to end the phase and go to attack phase. I'm going to save just before we do this last turn. Now that we got some more knights and a few items after this turn, I know I had said I was probably going to do stuff in the next episode, which was this one. But I did want to do some questing. I thought about just doing it off screen, but then I remembered that you get a bunch of random knights joining you like automatically and things. So I was like, well, I don't want people to miss that stuff. So let me do a few turns of questing and just chatting with you guys on screen. Gonna give me an idea of what my plan is when we start going. And basically what my plan is going to be is I'm going to actually more closely look at what we have as a whole and try to get some more stuff. Oh, Crimson Noble Hat. Mobility increased by 1 and a red dot. And it can be equipped by a bunch of the caster classes, I think, from the looks of it. And a couple of specific knights. Swift Helm, mobility +1 again, and evasion +5%. And that can be equipped by, it looks like, I don't know if they're all the rulers, but certainly a bunch of the ruler characters. And then a few of the fighty types. Jose didn't find anything. Good, we got at least one excellent. Oh, Bombo's ready to evolve. Cool beans. Delgan got a level. Oh yeah, I forgot when I tested a couple things off screen before doing this recording. I had changed his class even though he was level 7 from fighter to barbarian. I forgot to do that. Which I'm not going to bother doing now. Hughes actually managed to get full proficiency in Thief, which is awesome. So what I will do before we call her a night We'll go into class. Right now, he's a thief. Which gives him quick cut, minor damage to a single unit. If the unit's defeated, steal one piece of equipment. And it gives him increased evasion by 5%, which he gets to keep because he mastered it. So I could make him a monk, which would lower his agility and his mobility and his magic points a bit. But it would also give him 5 more defense, 3 more attack, a couple points of strength, and a bunch of health, like 40 points. Normal attack deals moderate damage to a single adjacent unit and pushes them back 1 hex if there's room to move. Snatch up deals moderate damage to a single adjacent enemy unit and recover HP equal to 20% of the damage dealt. And accuracy up B increases it. I'm probably going to go monk with him, because it makes the most sense to me. And I like the abilities. So, equipment. So that would lower your combat power. What does it do again? Crit rate 20%, critical damage 20%. I mean, that's the kind of unit I should probably give it to, because he has a decent amount of health. His defense would be, but his only problem is his defense isn't very high. So he might make more sense. That gives him increased mobility and a red dot. That lowers his defense down to 95 and his health down to 400. But he's also not going to be hitting people a lot. You're probably going to be hitting people a lot, though. Oh, you can wear the Swift Helm, too. Which gives you 5% evasion and mobility. That lowers your health and your defense. But it would make you crit more often. And I could buff you with some kind of ability. So let's put that on him just because it's fun. Crimson Noble Hat. What do you do again? Oh yeah, it gives him mobility and a red dot. Yeah, I'll give it to Ro for now, just because she's going to be one of my first units that I use, really, I think. Pain Cross deals moderate damage, major damage, but you can't move. Luring Step deals minor damage to a single enemy unit within a 2 hex radius, 30% chance of inflicting either poison, paralyze, silence, faint, petrify, or charm. Magic, she can do Venom, which is cool. Or Gravity, changes preferred terrain of a single enemy unit within a 4 hex radius to planes and lowers their agility. Effect lasts for 3 turns or until the target is hit with Spell Break. Interesting. She also allows a unit to move again after an attack if they haven't yet used up their mobility for the turn. Cool. What does this do? Has a 15% chance of parrying normal attacks and skills from a single enemy. When triggered, damage is reduced by 50%. And increases damage done by counterattacks by 10%. Neat. The blessings of the Mana Stone prevent the following status conditions. So basically, either can't be status affected or very little anyway. So, my main concern is that, yes, I have... Let me go over here. We have a class up to do. For the Gobbo. cool. Equipment. Crimson Noble hat. Not what I'm looking for. Maybe it is what I'm looking for, and I'm just forgetting that that's what I'm looking for. No, I just want to look at the equipment. Who's wearing that? Somebody is. And somebody over here? No. 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 That being said, I should probably look to see if there's anything I can give you that I haven't already that's left over. I don't think there is, but... Alright, so... Oh, manage items, there you go. That's a better place for that. Equip. What does it do again? Well, that one's evasion plus 7% and HP plus 30. I can use that on angels. Honestly, I should probably use that on elemental because they're going to be the ones most likely to be up towards the front early game. So let me go to... Is it here where I summon the Mana Miracle one? Yes, yes it is. Let's give the Mana Miracle one of these. The Earthen Hat. We also gives him 2 green dots, which I basically just kind of turned him into a green one by doing that. Although I think it's mostly for defense. I don't know if it applies to attacks. And this... Anything that gives extra defense, like basic defense. I mean, I know they don't really have... It's your int that sort of follows other things. But yeah. Anything that gives the guys I have to throw in front who can't really... I mean, I guess they can fight back a little better as elementals than they could the Jin versions in the OG could, because they actually get a melee attack back to counter with. But still, they have to go to the front when they're not really 100% built for it in order to do their damage. So let's give them the 2 monster equips. We'll do some preparations. For now, we're going to quest still. Like I said, we are going to probably set things up and do some attacks soon. It's just that because I summoned some extra monsters to try to get XP for them while they're questing, it does mean that my income is lower than it was before, so for now I'm trying to level up some people a bit before I send them anywhere. You... Oh, you can do Plains of Bloom as well. And that's also where I can get chalice items. Let's do that. And you can quest for now and just get some XP. Should probably give your Goblin Knight to, or Shadow Goblin to somebody that is going to be kicking around waiting for, like, doing attacks, which you're probably going to do at some point, but in the meantime, while I'm waiting for that, I should probably do that, maybe. And then you take that. Does mean I don't have any imps for protect spells, but for only one. But I do have a Pegasus. Give me Halo to make sure I hit things in Healing Cure. I do have the regular Unicorn. The Shadow Goblin has a 15% chance of crits. Also has a pretty damaging attack. They can inflict poison. He can do paralyze. He has multiple ways to do paralyze, depending if he wants to spend magic points on it or not. And one of them he can do after moving. And he has how many magic points? 59? And it only costs 16, so he can do that multiple times. So yeah, we're going to go with that. You four go questing. All of you guys are still going to go questing. It's just a matter of what you're going to be doing. You guys are all going to go quest. You're going to go try to find me some more items. And you're going to go here and try to find me some more items. So, if this just goes straight through to the end phase, and there's no, like, cutscenes or anything, then I will obviously save when we finish the turn, and I'll see what we got. If it tries to go through and do an actual, like, story thing, then I will just cut it there, say goodbye to you guys, exit the game, and we'll pick up with those quests next time. Let's see what happens. This time it does seem to just be a straight up normal turn. No story quests that I can tell. Gustava has repelled Rosalio. I got a Swift Spear, which can be equipped by a mermaid, a fighter type, maybe a golem, and my ruler, interestingly. It gives +3 attack, no dots, and 5 agility. Apparently he randomly found me a revenant. Alright. Ophidian Fangs, which can be used by sea serpents, dogs, and mandrakes. 2 green dots, that's fine. +3 agility, +9 attack, and +5% accuracy. Like that. The monster you found was assigned to the base at which the dispatch knight is stationed. Cool. 8, 9, level 8. Shauna's level 10. She can now be a rogue, but I want her to get one more level. 7, 6, 7, level 12, level 8, level 5, level 9. Oh, we can now have 2 options for either a Phoenix or a Simmer. And now get our own Revenant. Hugh's got his first level. Oh, and we did get a new knight, but it came up at the end, so that's part of the questing phase. It wasn't like a full story one. I mean, it seems to be a story thing, but it came up at the end, so we'll watch it. As Jose traveled down the road, he heard someone calling after him. Hey you, stop right there. Looking back, he saw a woman clad in armor, weapon in hand, charging toward him. I am Cheyenne. State your name. Jose gave his name. Great. Names have been exchanged. Now let's fight. Jose held the upper hand throughout, but Cheyenne refused to back down. Her persistence and power was equal to that of a rune knight's. After watching her movements carefully, Jose finally created an opening and knocked Cheyenne's weapon from her hands. I cannot believe I lost to a man. You are quite strong. All right, finish me off then. I deserve to be laughed at as I leave this cruel world. I am a failure. Still somewhat dumbfounded at what had just happened, Jose asked Cheyenne which nation she served. I serve no one. Ever since I was little, all I ever wanted was to be like the Melange sisters. I trained hard every day. But the Order of Knights in my town only allowed men to join. So I left, and everywhere I went I would defeat men who thought they were good enough for the knighthood because of their gender. I thought I would never lose to a man. Cheyenne cursed herself under her breath. I suppose it was rather inane to duel just anyone. I should have known it would end like this. Well, come on then. It would be unwise to let a dangerous eccentric like me run wild. Jose refused and sheathed his weapon, stating that he would not attack an unarmed opponent. Instead, he offered Cheyenne a different solution. If she was truly unaffiliated, she could join him in the war. You would let me fight for you? Wow, your nation must be desperate for knights. Still, I am grateful. Though I must say I never imagined that I would find work by attacking random men on the street. Jose did have one condition, however. She had to cease her haphazard attacks on male knights. Haha, not a problem. Now that I have someone to fight for, I have no reason to attack men anymore. I'll do for your nation what the Melange sisters did for theirs. You can count on it. Cheyenne is now an ally. Fantastic. Well, I think it might be about time to start trying to do something. Not in this episode, obviously, but... Give that to you. You're a Lancer? Neat. You're already level 8, which is... I can handle 7 instead of 6, especially if they like went on a quest and just happen to get 2 levels somehow. I'm not... 8 is as close to 10 as it is to the 6 that you want. So I'm just leaving her as a Lancer. She's pretty... I don't know what her overall stuff is, but rune growth is only C, which isn't great, but it's not the worst. She only has a 3 rune area. That part sucks. And she does have character growth of D. But she does... she does have somewhat options. And I'll give her that spear, because why not? And that's the only thing I have to give her. Oh, I should check. Did anything have class ups that hasn't already classed up? Like any of the other monsters that went on quests. Which there weren't really a lot of in that castle. Troops. There's 3 class ups here. You're only proficiency 4 though, so I gotta wait 1 more level before I can finish you. We have a Revenant. Lovely stuff. Now, a Phoenix goes up to 85 cost. Goes up to 571 health. Gets 2 red dots. It used to get 3, but still more or less the same. Gains 30 magic points. Gains 20 defense. Gains 3 attack, 2 strength. No intelligence, no agility. And stays at 5 movement. Big Claw, normal attack, moderate damage. Big Roar, minor damage to all enemies within 2 hexes, never misses. 20% chance of inflicting feint. Flame Claws, normal attack, moderate damage. Healing Roar restores a massive amount of HP to all units within a 2 hex radius. You could almost use them as a backliner at that point. Literally, because you also get a flame spell. Dominate Mountain as a rock. It increases damage dealt by 20% against units with preferred terrain mountain. Instead, you get recovers 10% of max HP at the beginning of every turn. As a Simmer, you would still go up to 85. Your defense only goes up by 10. Your strength and attack are the same. Your health only goes up, is only 530 instead of 570. But your agility also goes up by 4, and you get up to 6 mobility. Assault Claws, just major damage to a single target. Deals minor damage to all enemy units within a 2 hex radius, never misses, 33% chance of inflicting feint. No magic. And increases Dominate Mountain. Alright. I think with what I'm looking for, I actually would like the Phoenix. Maybe I shouldn't have done that, but that's what I'm thinking. Alright, that covers all of that. There is still the 1 class up, but I'm not going to do that right now. So, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to move... What can I summon here? Okay. Can I summon in my other random empty castles? Wyvern. Okay. What's in this one? Goblins, unicorns, and rocks. centaurs, giants essentially, and mandrakes. And then this is the capital, so this is where I can summon the most stuff. You can summon some ghouls, elementals, unicorns. The big two that I care most about being unicorns and mandrakes, especially with how good they are in this game. And also angels. Dragons are, from what I'm told, not all that great. Not that they can't be useful, but they're not necessarily worth summoning over a mandrake at this point. So, since this has the most options for useful things, and it's where most of my questing / secondary currently knights are, I am going to send all of my peoples that have been questy knights so far, not on quests. I'm going to move them over to there. Join those guys. And what I'm going to do is get everyone together, rearrange troops to where to give people units I want them to have. These guys are probably going to quest for another turn or two. As a matter of fact, let's set that up before I save and call it a night. Or an episode for you guys. You. Go train. You. Go try to find me things there again. You go try to find me things there again. Beautiful. I'll end phase, and then I'll save on the attack phase. Awesome. Now, what we are really going to do is once we have all our spare knights over there where my existing monsters are, although there's not a lot of them right now. But I think that's only because it's only showing the ones that aren't questing. Yeah. There's 8 monsters here, plus the ones that I had, the other people that I summoned for the other people. So once they finish their quests, I'm going to look at who has what for rune power and rune area and all that good stuff. And classes, of course. And we are going to build a couple more teams. And we're going to send them to the 2 castles we're defending. And we're going to, out of those, either put those teams there to defend and send our main teams, or leave our original teams and send those guys, or mix and match, because I have more options now. We'll see. In the meantime, though, I'm going to save, because I don't remember if I did or not. I think I did. There we go. So, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy, drop a like, subscribe, comment, join the Discord server in the link in the description, and we will see you next time for what will actually, genuinely now, be our first significant turn in terms of gameplay. Story, we've hired a bunch of people, but our first major actual battles and things here in the Shinobi Tribe run of Brigandine Legend of Runersia. Until then, thanks again for watching. Peace out.